Now today feels like the real first day of vacation. The last 2 days I was really commuting to my vacation, but today it really began. Started by crossing into British Columbia in the morning, and at first it looked pretty much exactly like Washington, but wow, very quickly thereafter the scenery changed dramatically. It went to sheer precipitous cliffs, intimidating cliffs, with waterfalls just gushing out the sides, or waterfalls everywhere. This was coming in the entrance into Canada from Abbotsford and going north toward Hope, and it was dark and gloomy with tall granite rocks and cliffs with waterfalls spewing out. Intense. I hadn't not quite seen anything that looked like that before, but I liked it. And then going a little ways further north and east, ran into the desert, and it looked a lot like Highway 395 near Lone Pine to Baker, that area. Kind of small scrub brush, no tall trees at all, rolling hills, little bits of grass here and there, but most of it's brown. And then there's this giant river running through it called the Thomas River, and it's just this immense, furious river just running down through the valley. Anyway, it was pretty cool, pretty intense. And then that gave way to more more of what would look kind of like the Sierras, but not the high altitudes, more like the Sierras around 4,000 feet, 5,000 feet. A lot of pine trees. There's a lot of hills and even some mountains, pine trees and short grasses, greener. And then that sort of gave way to a very wide open, kind of green rolling hills and grass with some majestic tall trees. And that was near Lake Lahatch, I think. Lake Lahatch, I think it's called. It's this giant, magnificent lake here in British Columbia. And kept moving on, and now I'm up to Quesnel, which is a town, and it's actually moderately sized. There are quite a few businesses out here. And I rolled right on through because I knew about this campsite, and I'm glad I did because there are plenty of sites out here. I'm actually in the RV section, so this is a big, giant place. The regular campsites, I didn't really like them. They're much more claustrophobic and closed in, and there's a lot more people there. So I just drove on in over here with my motorcycle, picked a big RV spot, and set out my tent and sleeping bag and pad to dry after last night. It's sun's pretty much down for the night, but it's warm outside still a little bit, so it'll dry a little bit anyway. I'm just going to sleep outside again. Hopefully the rain doesn't kick in the middle of the night. But otherwise, I'm enjoying the trip. It was a pretty long day of driving, but it was well worth it. And now I'm exactly at my goal to make it to Quesnel, British Columbia, and things are going well. I will check in tomorrow.